Have you ever wondered how many people around you are fighting silent battles you can't see? Look around. At work, in your home, on the street. Everyone carries something within them that no one else knows about. And you, yes, you, have been carrying yours for so long. Every day you show up with a calm face. You smile politely. You nod when someone speaks to you. You hold yourself together because you have no choice. But inside, there are storms no one has witnessed. There are nights you've laid awake staring at the ceiling, feeling your heart heavy with regrets, fears, and silent tears. There are mornings you've opened your eyes and wondered why you're still here when everything feels so broken. But here you are, breathing, existing, fighting. Even if your fight is quiet and hidden from the world, you've been knocked down more times than you can count. By people's words, by failures that came unexpectedly, by betrayals that cut deeper than any blade. You've been told you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that your reality will never match your visions. And maybe after hearing it so often, you started believing it yourself. Maybe you began telling yourself these same lies, each day sinking deeper into hopelessness. You felt invisible, weak, defeated. Like your life was an endless repetition of disappointments, of trying so hard only to end up back at the bottom. But listen closely, because within this darkness you're living in right now, there is something powerful growing. The world has a way of breaking people down so deeply that they forget their own worth. And maybe that's what happened to you. Maybe you forgot how powerful you truly are. Maybe you forgot how, even as a child, your dreams felt limitless and your courage felt unbreakable. Life beat that out of you, didn't it? It made you question every decision, every word, every step. But there's one thing life can never take from you. Even if you've buried it beneath pain and fear, it still lives within you. That thing is your ability to rise again. Because here's the truth no one told you. The darkest nights create the strongest stars. The deepest wounds forge the fiercest warriors. You are not here just to survive another day. You are here to rise above everything that tried to destroy you. You are here to build a life so strong and so radiant that it silences every doubt ever spoken over you. Do you know why you're still breathing despite the pain? Because there is more meant for you. Because your story isn't over. Because this season of struggle is shaping you into someone unstoppable. Imagine this for a moment. Imagine that every tear you've shed was watering the seeds of greatness within you. Imagine that every failure was building unbreakable resilience in your soul. Imagine that every person who left you, every door that closed on you, was redirecting you to something far greater. The pain you're feeling today is not the end. It is the silent preparation for your powerful comeback. A comeback that will shock everyone who ever doubted you. A comeback that will remind you who you truly are. And that's why you must keep listening. Because what you will hear today is not just motivation. It's a call to your spirit to wake up from its sleep. To remember that there is fire in your soul waiting to be unleashed. To remember that you were not created to live small and invisible. You were created to rise so powerfully that your presence becomes a light for others. By the end of this, you will remember your strength. You will see why your pain was never a punishment. It was preparation for the greatness waiting for you. This is your journey back to yourself, back to your power, back to the truth that your comeback will shock them all. But most importantly, it will shock you too. Let me know when you want the second section script with equally powerful psychological layering and unstoppable flow for your upcoming releases. Here is your seamlessly continued script for the next section, and your comeback will shock them all. But here's what most people never realize. Your breaking point is not where your life ends. It's where your true life begins. Think about it. Every moment you felt like giving up, every time you told yourself you couldn't take it anymore, something within you still kept going, even if it was just one more step, one more breath, one more tear before falling asleep. That small, almost invisible strength you showed in those moments is proof that your spirit is far greater than your pain. Because when pain reaches its peak, it transforms. It turns into fuel. It becomes the force that burns away every illusion you held about yourself. You stop caring about who approves of you or who doubts you. You stop living for validation. You stop shrinking to fit into the boxes other people created for you. You begin to stand in your own truth, raw and unfiltered. That's when you realize the world's rejection no longer defines you. Their judgments no longer control you. The betrayal no longer breaks you. Because your pain has become power. Quiet, deep, unstoppable power. Look in the mirror for a moment in your mind. See the tired eyes staring back at you. See the scars hidden behind your smile. Feel the heaviness in your chest that you carry every single day. Now look deeper. Beyond all that pain, there is something unbreakable. There is a spirit that refuses to die. There is a will that refuses to surrender. You might feel like you're at your breaking point right now, but what you're really feeling is the first spark of your turning point. You're tired of crying, tired of feeling empty, tired of being misunderstood, tired of being overlooked, tired of feeling like nothing ever changes. And that's exactly why everything is about to change. Because the moment you decide you're done suffering silently is the moment you begin fighting loudly, not with words, but with your actions, with your discipline, with your resilience. You wake up every day and you do the things no one else is willing to do. You train your mind when others are lost in distractions. You build your skills when others waste time on things that don't matter. You choose growth over comfort, discipline over excuses, purpose over pleasure. You choose to fight for the life you know you were meant to live. Imagine the version of you that rises from this pain. Imagine the strength in your eyes, the confidence in your walk, the quiet power in your energy. You will no longer have to speak to prove yourself. Your presence alone will say everything. Because this breaking point is creating someone entirely new within you. Someone who doesn't beg for acceptance. Someone who doesn't chase validation. Someone who builds silently and lets their results speak. Or someone who no longer fears failure because they've learned that failure is just another name for growth. The world is not prepared for your comeback. They've seen your struggles, but they haven't seen your rise. They've heard your tears, but they haven't heard your roar. They've watched you fall, but they haven't seen you fly. That is what makes your journey so powerful. You are about to become the living proof that no amount of pain, betrayal, or failure can destroy someone who refuses to stay down. You are about to become the story people tell when they need hope. You are about to become the example of resilience that lights up the darkness for others. There will come a day when you will look back at these moments of breaking and realize they were blessings in disguise because they forced you to dig deeper within yourself than you ever thought possible. They forced you to awaken the sleeping giant within. They forced you to rise beyond your fears and your doubts. And in that rise, you will find a version of yourself that you will respect, love, and admire more than anyone else ever could. So remember this truth as you keep breathing through the pain today. Your breaking point is not the end. It is the beginning of your relentless rise. It is the moment your life turns from silent suffering to unstoppable power. It is the moment you stop being who the world told you to be and become who you were always meant to be. Never forget, the world might doubt you now, but your comeback will shock them all. Because when you rise, you will rise with a force that nothing can ever hold down again. Here is your seamlessly continued script for the next section of your comeback will shock them all, maintaining deep psychological triggers and unstoppable motivational flow. What you don't realize is that everything you've been through has been building a hidden power within you, a power so deep and unshakable that when it finally rises, nothing will be able to stand in its way. Think about every moment you felt betrayed. Every time someone you trusted showed you their true colors. The pain cut you open, yes, but it also taught you to see people clearly. It sharpened your intuition. It made you wiser. It taught you to protect your energy and value your peace above everything else. Think about every failure you face, the projects that collapsed, the plans that fell apart, the dreams that didn't work out the way you imagined. You thought those failures meant you weren't good enough. You thought they were proof that you were destined to remain average. But what if those failures were actually forging a strength within you that no easy victory could ever create? Because the truth is, success built on struggle is unbreakable. It carries a depth that effortless wins can never hold. And every sleepless night when your mind wouldn't stop racing with fears and regrets was teaching you resilience, teaching you to carry yourself through darkness without a guide, teaching you to trust your own inner voice when the world around you went silent, teaching you that your spirit can survive nights that would have broken most people. These moments shaped you into something the world hasn't seen yet, because most people break and stay broken, but you didn't. Even if you felt shattered inside, something within you refused to give up completely. That silent refusal is your hidden power. This power is not loud. It doesn't shout or boast. It doesn't need to prove itself to anyone. It just grows silently in the shadows of your life. Every painful experience becomes fuel. Every heartbreak becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes data for your next move. Slowly, this power turns you into someone unstoppable, someone who doesn't crumble when the world turns cold, someone who stands tall when others bow to fear, someone who walks through fire and comes out stronger, unburned by doubt and untouched by negativity. And now it's time to unleash it. Because you weren't born to stay hidden. You weren't created to live small, quiet, and unseen. The dreams in your heart are not illusions. They are visions planted within you for a reason. They are your blueprint, your purpose, your calling. And no matter how many times life tries to bury them, they will keep rising within you, pushing you to become who you were meant to be. Your hidden power has been waiting for this moment. The moment you decide you're done living beneath your potential. Imagine what happens when you stop holding yourself back, when you stop believing the lies your fears whisper to you, when you stop playing small to keep other people comfortable. Imagine what happens when you finally step into your full power. Your energy will shift. Your confidence will radiate. Your presence alone will speak louder than your words ever could. People will feel your strength before they hear it. They will sense your wisdom before you even open your mouth. They will see the silent battles you've overcome in the quiet confidence of your gaze. Because power that is built in silence becomes unbreakable. It is not shaken by criticism. It is not moved by praise. It exists beyond the world's opinions. It knows its own worth deeply and fully. That is the kind of power growing within you right now. Every single tear you've shed has watered it. Every sleepless night has strengthened it. Every rejection has sharpened it. And now it's time to unleash it into the world without fear or apology. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need validation to be great. You don't need anyone to tell you it's possible because you already know it in your soul. The fact that you keep dreaming about it, thinking about it, and feeling it deep within your chest is proof that it is yours. Your hidden power is ready. It's been ready for a long time. Now it's waiting for you to make the choice to stop hesitating, to stop waiting for the right moment, to stop doubting what you know you are capable of, because there will never be a perfect moment. There will only be this moment right here, right now, when you decide that enough is enough, that you will no longer dim your light to fit into places you've outgrown, that you will no longer silence your dreams to keep other people comfortable in their limitations, that you will no longer shrink your vision to match the small minds around you. This is the moment you choose to unleash your hidden power. And when you do, your comeback will not just shock them all, it will awaken them, because you will become living proof that no amount of darkness can extinguish a soul that was born to rise. Here is your seamlessly continued script for the next section of your comeback will shock them all, maintaining motivational depth. An unstoppable psychological flow. When you finally decide to rise, you will realize nothing can hold you down anymore. Not the words of people who never believed in you. Not the doubts whispered by your fears. Or not the failures that once shattered your confidence. Because your decision to rise is not based on external circumstances. It's rooted deep within your spirit. This rise won't be loud at first. You won't shout about it to the world. You won't need to announce every move you make. It will be silent, disciplined, unseen. You will wake up each day with a new purpose burning in your chest. While others are still asleep, lost in their comfort, you will be awake, working on yourself, building your mind, sharpening your skills. You will use every quiet hour of the morning to shape your future in ways no one else is willing to do. You will train your body to carry your dreams. You will train your mind to control your reality. You will train your spirit to remain unshaken by the storms around you. This is the kind of rise that changes everything because it is built in silence through relentless action. People will not see it coming. They will still see you as the person they thought they knew. Quiet, broken, lost in your struggles. They will not see the hours you put in when no one was watching. They will not see the sacrifices you made while they chased distractions. They will not see the tears you turned into fuel or the pain you turned into power. They will only see the result, and it will leave them speechless, because nothing shocks the world more than a silent, disciplined, unstoppable rise. This is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about honoring the vision that was placed within you before anyone else could see it. It's about rising above the small expectations people placed on your life. You will no longer waste your energy trying to explain your dreams to those who can't see beyond their own limitations. You will no longer wait for others to validate your steps. You will build quietly, consistently, relentlessly. And each day your energy will grow stronger, your spirit will grow calmer, your confidence will grow deeper. There is something powerful about silent progress. While others are busy talking about what they will do, you are busy doing it. While they are wasting time discussing people and opinions, you are creating results that will speak for themselves. While they sleep peacefully in ignorance, you endure temporary discomfort to create permanent strength. And one day, they will wake up and see you standing in the light of your own greatness, unbothered by their opinions, unshaken by their judgments, because you will train when they sleep. You will study when they waste time. You will build when no one believes in you. You will keep moving forward no matter how heavy your feet feel, no matter how tired your soul becomes. Because you know that every single step you take is bringing you closer to the life you were born to live. This is what makes you unstoppable. It's not your talent alone, not your intelligence alone, not even your resources. It's your discipline, your quiet commitment to rise every single day, regardless of how you feel. You don't rise by chance. You rise by choice. You rise by decision. You rise by action repeated so consistently that success becomes inevitable. Your rise will be relentless because you were built in darkness to shine in light. You will look back one day and realize that every moment of pain, every silent tear, every unseen sacrifice was worth it because it created in you a power that no one can take away, a power that does not need validation to exist, a power that shines even when no one is watching. And when they finally see you, when they finally realize what you've become, they will not understand how you did it. They will not understand the quiet battles you fought or the silent wars you won within yourself. But they will respect it. They will respect your discipline. They will respect your confidence. They will respect your presence because it carries the weight of someone who chose to rise when life tried to bury them. This is what you are creating right now. A rise so relentless that nothing and no one will ever be able to pull you back down again. Remember, your rise is not just about success. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. The person you knew you were before the world told you otherwise. The person who lives boldly, loves deeply, dreams fearlessly, and acts courageously. This rise is your rebirth. And when you finally stand tall in your full power, your comeback will shock them all. Not because you wanted revenge, but because you chose greatness when all you had was pain. Here is your seamlessly continued script for the next section of your comeback will shock them all, maintaining deep psychological triggers, an unstoppable motivational flow. Every day you rise with discipline, you plant seeds that will turn into an unshakable harvest. You may not see the results yet. The world may look the same today as it did yesterday. But inside you, something is shifting. Your mindset is becoming clearer. Your focus is becoming sharper. Your resilience is becoming unbreakable. This is how true transformation happens. Quietly, silently, invisibly, until one day it becomes impossible to ignore. This is why you must keep going even when it feels like nothing is changing. Because everything is changing within you. Every repetition is strengthening a muscle you cannot see. Every decision to keep moving is rewiring your brain to reject excuses and embrace results. Every day you rise in discipline, you are becoming the person who no longer negotiates with weakness, who no longer bargains with laziness, who no longer waits for motivation to act because they have built an unbreakable commitment to their purpose. Most people never reach their dreams because they quit during the invisible seasons. They give up when results don't come fast. They stop when no one is cheering for them. They slow down when life gets heavy. But not you, because you understand that the hidden seasons are where champions are built. When no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one even knows you are working, that is when your foundation is laid. And a foundation built in silence can hold a destiny that shines louder than words could ever express. You are learning to love the process more than the outcome. You are learning to find strength in the struggle itself. You are learning to smile in moments of pain because you know pain is the tuition you pay for greatness. Nothing worthwhile comes without sacrifice. Nothing extraordinary is built without relentless discipline. That is why your comeback will be so powerful, because it's not a performance to impress the world. It's a transformation to honor yourself. When you finally rise into the life you've been working towards, people will say you are lucky. They will call it overnight success. They will say you were gifted. They will try to explain it in ways that make them feel comfortable with their own choices. But deep inside, you will know the truth. You will know it was built on sleepless nights, on disciplined mornings, on sacrifices that felt like silent deaths. You will know it was built on moments when you wanted to quit but chose to keep going, not because you felt strong, but because you refused to surrender to weakness. There is a silent dignity in disciplined suffering, in pushing through pain when no one sees your effort, in choosing growth over comfort when comfort calls your name in every moment. And this dignity will become the quiet force behind your energy. People will feel it in your presence. They will sense it in your eyes. They will hear it in the calm confidence of your voice. They will see it in the way you walk, unhurried, unbothered, unbreakable. Because when you rise with discipline, you no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. Your life becomes the proof. Your actions become the proof. Your success becomes the proof. And no one can argue with results built on consistency and sacrifice. Your comeback will be the loudest silence the world has ever heard. They will watch you stand tall in your power, wondering how you did it, and you will smile knowing that everything you built was built on choices they were too afraid to make. There will come a day when all the pain you feel now will become your greatest source of pride, because it showed you what you are made of. It showed you that your limits are only illusions. It showed you that you can endure storms that would destroy most people and still rise with grace and purpose. And when that day comes, your heart will be filled with a gratitude so deep it will bring tears to your eyes. Gratitude for the pain, gratitude for the struggle, gratitude for every moment you felt broken, because it forced you to build yourself from the ground up, stronger than ever before. This is your destiny, to rise so powerfully that your presence becomes a reminder to others of what is possible, to show the world that no amount of darkness can bury a soul that is determined to rise. To prove to yourself that everything you dreamed of is within your reach, as long as you refuse to give up. Your comeback will shock them all because it will be built not on luck or shortcuts, but on quiet, disciplined, relentless work. The kind of work that creates a life no one can ever take from you. Remember this truth every single day. Discipline will take you where motivation can't. Discipline will build you into the person who can carry the weight of your dreams. Discipline will create a legacy that outlives your name. Stay relentless. Stay focused. Stay committed to your purpose, because your rise is not a possibility. It is an inevitability. And when you stand tall in the full power of your disciplined spirit, your comeback will not just shock them all. It will awaken them to what is possible when a soul refuses to quit. Let me know when you're ready for the final concluding section to close this powerful script series with a climactic and emotionally transcendent ending for your upcoming motivational releases. Here is your seamlessly continued script for the next section of your comeback will shock them all. Maintaining psychological triggers, emotional engagement, and unstoppable motivational flow. There will come a moment when you stand before your dreams, not as a spectator, but as a creator who built them with your own hands. That moment will feel quiet, almost surreal, because for so long, you only saw these dreams in your mind. You carried them secretly in your heart while the world labeled you as average. You nurtured them in silence while others laughed at your ambitions. But now, standing face to face with everything you once imagined, you will realize the true power of discipline, patience, and faith. You will look back on the nights you cried in darkness, feeling invisible to the world, and realize those tears were not wasted. They cleansed your vision. They purified your intentions. They burned away your doubts. They carved out space within you to carry the strength needed for this destiny. You will look back on the rejections and betrayals that felt like your soul was being torn apart, and you will thank them silently. Because they removed from your path those who could never understand your calling. They forced you to walk alone so you could realize your greatest power was never in the support of others. It was always within you. Your journey taught you how to love your solitude, how to use loneliness as fuel, how to transform silence into clarity. You learned to hear the whisper of your own intuition when the noise of the world faded away. You learned to trust that whisper, to follow its guidance even when logic screamed otherwise. And it led you here to this moment where your dreams are no longer dreams, but reality breathing before your eyes. They will ask you how you did it. They will want a secret formula, a shortcut, a motivational line they can write on their walls. But you will know deep inside that there was no secret. It was simply the decision to never quit, to keep showing up even when you felt empty. To keep working when your mind begged you to rest. To keep believing when there was no evidence that belief made sense. That was the secret. The relentless decision to move forward no matter how heavy your steps felt. This is why your comeback will shock them all. Because most people only rise when the world supports them. Most people only act when they feel strong. Most people only work when they are motivated. But you chose a different path. You chose discipline over comfort. You chose growth over pleasure. You chose truth over popularity. You chose pain over mediocrity. And those choices have built a strength within you that no one can comprehend. There will come a day when you look into the mirror and no longer see the broken version of yourself you carried for so long. You will see a warrior, a creator, a leader, Someone who went to war with their own mind and came back victorious. Someone who faced every fear and refused to surrender. Someone who took every insult and used it as fuel. Someone who turned every wound into wisdom. You will see someone who deserves every single blessing coming their way because they paid for it in tears, sweat, sacrifice, and relentless discipline. That day is not in some distant future. It is arriving with every single disciplined action you take today. With every hour you choose to invest in your purpose rather than waste in distraction. With every thought you rewire to align with power rather than doubt. With every decision you make to rise,